Life. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. We're here at top 4. That means there's only 4 players left. We have just seen Leonard win in top 8. We also have Akram, who we have seen 2 rounds, but now we have 2 new players that we haven't seen yet. One is Emir Abduluouski, and the other one being Mark Mullender. So let's take a look at these players. So we have Emir with the Iron Hands, Urshifu, Farigiraf, Ursaluna, Screamtail, and Regidrago. It's been a while since I've seen a Screamtail, but I'm very happy to see it. It is actually quite interesting with Photosynthesis, with Safety Goggles, able to set up Trick Room as well, and Encore and Helping Hand here to really try and support the slower Pokemon as well. Iron Hands also quite slow, Farigiraf helping that, and Ursaluna. And then you just have Regidrago with the possibility of just going for a Trick Room, and Urshifu, of course, being able to Wicked Blow and kill anything onto the field. On the other end, we which is quite interesting to see, because of course that's the main driving power really of these Pokemon as well. Regidrago with the power of Dragon Energy being able to output as much. Ursaluna as well. Well, we see like 3. I want to see support Pokemon. There's Iron Hands right there, and Iron Hands is not a support Pokemon. As we, well, Fake Out is nice. On the other hand, we have Mark Mullender. Mark is playing Roaring Moon, Amoonguss, Iron Hands, Arcanine, Hisui, Urshifu, Water, and Golago. A bit more of an offensive team with the Tailwind variant of Roaring Moon, together with Golago, which is always a good combination to have. Arcanine for the Intimidate, of course, and Amoonguss, quite interestingly, to have that setup potential with Golago and redirection with the Amoonguss. Heatran, of course, well, a lot of Pokemon with spread moves manage to go around, but when you are put in a position where your Golago is just freely able to go for a nasty blow, where your opponent is unable to punish it, that can be quite detrimental towards the end of that game, because we've seen it time and time again. Golago just being on the field and just being able to nasty plot, nasty plot, nasty plot. So, very much looking forward to this top 4. But all of these players are absolutely ready to see what will happen. So, yeah, that's really it. I'm looking forward to this because I haven't seen Screamtail in a while, and it's Safety Goggles Screamtail to boot as well. Helping Hand and Encore. And Nazimir. This is just, I just realized this is just a Indeedee set, but you don't want a priority, I guess, because Farigiraf already stops that with Psychic Terrain, so you don't really need it. But it's the same moveset. Well, no, not Encore. Actually, not. Encore. Oh, there's a Trick Room Pokemon with Encore. It is. Oh. Oranguru. Of course, that one uses Encore as well. So, but yeah, quite interesting with Screamtail because it's mega bulky. Not a bad typing at all with the Psychic Fairy typing. So, let's get into this. I'm not tired at all. We have the Golago shearing on the right and Empoleon on the left, but sadly not seeing any Empoleon right now, so I'm disappointed. As we have Urshifu and Amoonguss. Amoonguss being able to redirect perfectly next to this Urshifu, and Screamtail and Iron Hands. Iron Hands being able to provide Fake Out support, and the nice thing is, when faking out the next and the Screamtail is able to set up Trick Room, the next turn you're perfectly capable of just going, for example, for a Encore with the Screamtail onto an Urshifu if it went for Protect, or the Amoonguss. So right now, Mark doesn't really have the option to Protect because of that fear of the Encore. Potential could also be to just, you know, not do that. And Terra Grass as well. This Amoonguss is not going to be sporing anything on this field right now. So Fake Out into the Urshifu seems rather okay right now, as we can put up a Trick Room as well, making sure that this Iron Hands will be one of the fastest things on the planet, as Golago is actually being switched in. Golago, of course, being able to make sure Fake Out does not affect it. And on the other hand, there's Iron Hands not really, well, is able to Wild Charge at least, but also not being able to be redirected anymore by this Amoonguss because of its Terra Grass right now. A very wise choice, as the Heavy Slam is coming out into the Amoonguss, seeing that the Amoonguss might be the threat here, going for a bit of damage here as the Amoonguss tries to spore Unfortunately, Iron Hands, being the beautiful grass type that it is now able to just not be affected by it. Trick Room has been set up, meaning this Iron Hands is on the field, and Amoonguss can be locked into, technically into Encore, but Amoonguss being so slow will most likely be the slowest thing onto the field, meaning that it doesn't really, it can go for other options, it can go for pollen buffs just to get that little bit of chip damage as well. We have the switch out from the Iron Hands actually into the Ursaluna right now, trying to activate its Screamtail. Not affected, of course, thanks to its safety goggles, as the Screamtail is able to Encore this Amoonguss right now. Amoonguss wanting to try and see if it could trap something in the back, as Golgo is now able to nasty plot, and this Amoonguss is now set in stone. It can only use Spore right now, and both of these Pokemon are unaffected by it, meaning this Teddy's about to go ham. It's Cocaine Bear. As right now it is a plot, it now has a boost thanks to its Guts, and you have Screamtail as well, who is able to Helping Hand. It can, those little things, Echo's arms, it's helping there. It's just making a little clappy clap, making sure that this Ursaluna can wreak havoc left and right as much as it can, because Facade and Headlong Rush are two amazing moves right now, making sure to be able to kill anything right now what's in front of it as well. So not really a bad option right now. So yeah, in this position where the Trick Room is up, Mark really has to try and alleviate the amount of damage that he can get. So trying to find the option out. Amoonguss being switched out as well right now. Iron Hands coming in, meaning now you have another fake out supporter as well. So potentially another turn of Trick Room could be outstalled there. As the Terra on the Golgo is activating, it is that Terra Dragon, of course, making sure that Headlong Rush will not be super effective, but this is Guts boosted single target Helping Hand. Oh, Headlong Rush, I don't know if anything can take this, as the Helping Hand goes into Teddy, meaning Teddy. Oh no, wait, it's Earthquake. It's Earthquake? Wait, it's Earthquake? And let me check the... Yeah, it's Headlong Rush and Earthquake. Wow, and the Golgo just fainted. It's gone. It's dead. As yeah, Iron Hands also fainted. So what do you do against this? This is there's still 2 more turns of Trick Room. Teddy is burned but very powerful, as Screamtail was able to survive the Helping Hand Earthquake, of course. As now Amoonguss is able to switch in, but Amoonguss is not really able to provide any sort of support really. As Urshifu is being switched in as well, and Urshifu, yeah, Urshifu is unfortunately not really able to hit really hard in this situation, because of course Trick Room is up, meaning this Teddy will go first, meaning Ursaluna does seem likely to have this game in the bag right now. Amoonguss not really being able to threaten anything, because that's what Amoonguss tends to do. Just Spore left, Spore right. Yeah, we're done. As we have another Helping Hand here from Screamtail for the Ursaluna. Amoonguss just go for the Protect here, making sure that it can survive another turn. As the Urshifu is also going for the Protect, outstalling as many Trick Room turns as possible. If there's an Earthquake coming out, this Screamtail would have gone down, but it's a Facade. And Facade plus this Helping Hand does not seem likely for the Urshifu to survive. Now, you can redirect, of course, with the Rage Powder, but there's still a Terra Grass Iron Hands in the back, which kind of makes it harder for a water type Urshifu to really start sweeping and doing its job. So the options are dwindling, as Helping Hand, Facade, I'm sure of it, it will kill the Amoonguss as well. So even if you Rage Powder it, will it be enough? As the Rage Powder is coming out right now, meaning there's Helping Hand, Facade. Oh no, Helping Hand, so just a Facade and 2 Amoonguss, and that just will be enough. So honestly, it's not looking that great. As now, the Screamtail did go for an Encore onto the Urshifu, and that Urshifu is locked into Protect. Something that you don't want your Urshifu to be, and unfortunately, that's it. And that's how the dice roll, and I feel that was very well played by Emir. Just really capitalizing on the turns, and like when the Amoonguss was in, which is a Pokemon that could normally threaten so many Trick Room options, where you have 3 Pokemon that are just straight up able to ignore it. With Ursaluna with its burn, safety goggles, and a Terra Grass Iron Hands as well. So very well played in that regard. Mark really having to just now having a bit to consider what better options to have right now, because yeah, it was a rough call to make, to say the least. As you have to find a way around this potential for the Trick Room, but Screamtail is extremely bulky, and going around it is not easy because you still have the Farigiraf as well. And Farigiraf is one of those Pokemon that just blocks priority as well, so Fake Out plus something else is not always the right option. As now, Mark is deep in thought, thinking, what can you do different? What is the option here? While on the same side, Emir is just, well, happy with his game plan, because, like, this team is working. It is a double bear, double Trick Room, and an Iron Hands and Regidrago. Sometimes that's all you need in life. I do want to see the Regidrago. I haven't seen that much Regidrago Trick Room, so I'm quite interested in it. But looking at the team from Mark, I don't know if it's the call, really. Yeah, Screamtail just being able to deny any sort of way to stop the Trick Room is kind of rough. Roaring Moon, of course, does have knockoff, so you can knock off plus Amoonguss for Spore. But we've already seen the lead with the Iron Hands as well. And Iron Hands is just able to fake out one of those slots, so meaning you can't wombo combo that immediately. So, considering all our options, what will Mark do? Roaring Moon with the knockoff potential, or you just go with Amoonguss yet again, or you play a bit of a slower game when you have your Arcanine able to intimidate and maybe switching in and out a few times so that your Golago is able to split up. Because Golago looks rather nice, I feel, on paper versus Emir, as a Golago does threaten a lot with Making Rain and just Shadow Balls, because Making Rain, what doesn't it kill, right? That's just it. Well, it doesn't kill Urshifu, the Iron Hands with the Sulfast, but still, it does a lot of damage. And this might be talking as the #1 Golago lover. But yeah, I believe in the Golden Goose. Golden Goose. Just made a pun. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know that I was rhyming those words. That's crazy. All right, Arcanine History is also like a decent enough option, of course, if the Farigiraf isn't really common, because like you do have extreme speed, you have access to other moves like Flare Blitz and stuff as well, with just Choice Bandit as well. Iron Hands plus the Golago and the Urshifu Single Strike and Screamtail. So really switching it up right now. So Golago is able to threaten the Screamtail and the Urshifu, because the Iron Hands is just able to fake out either of these Pokemon, and Golago is then able to just go for quite a strong attack. Now, I think Emir, seeing that he's using Screamtail, is quite good at these options that the opponent had and playing around the Trick Room. Excuse me. So, considering all these options, what will happen? What will he do to make sure that victory is within his sight? As we saw the switch out. Oh, Golago actually being switched out as well. Golago being switched out into the Amoonguss. So bringing the Amoonguss yet again, making sure that you can spore at least something, essentially. And then Iron Hands as well. So two Iron Hands onto the field, they can high five each other. Urshifu go for protect, just scouting out for the potential fake out, of course. As the Iron Hands went for the Dream Punch, actually, making sure that this Urshifu gets chipped down quite a bit. The Urshifu can easily switch back into a potential Screamtail again, because Iron Hands can go for Terra Grass yet again, so this Amoonguss doesn't try anything. So, do you actively start switching your Amoonguss to just make sure that you don't get in this cycle of just like your Amoonguss not really being able to be used? So this Amoonguss right now needs to decide what to do. I think Mark has to take the initiative and try and switch out, expecting this cut to come back. As the Urshifu is switching out, so potentially, if this Amoonguss it did not switch out, this might be a really good play for Emir's side. Amoonguss is switching out, so calling the double here. Make sure Golden Go coming back in as well. And now with the Terra onto the Iron Hands, meaning it is no longer resisting any sort of move from this Golden Go as well. It is still a Sophist, it is still Iron Hands, it is Omega bulky, but it's not resisting anymore. That's you got to take what you can. As the Heavy Slam into the Scream Tail, expecting the Scream Tail to come in. Wow, okay, really good. Heavy Slam into the Golden Go, not really doing that much. So really well done here. So the positioning here was well done by Mark, just going that one step a bit further, of course, where he had to take a risk because Emir could just as well just Wicked Blow into that slot where the Golden Go was and killed anything. But that's the thing about Pokemon. It is layers upon layers of of challenging your mind versus your opponent, where you just have to try and see where they're going with it. That was a funny joke, wasn't it? Yeah, I liked it too. Okay. Anyway, Golden Go now being onto the field, it has the potential to just go for a big ring, making sure that there's no Trick Room set up, and Scream Tail is going down, which is exactly what this Golden Go wanted. Of course, Emir does have the fast option of the Urshifu still, as the Iron Hands is going for the Drain Punch into the opposing, well, the Iron Hands from Emir, showcasing that it's a bit faster here. I was Wild Charge into Golden Go, and quite a bit. Golden Go almost falling over and tipping over, but still hanging on. As now, in these positions, I feel like Mark played extremely well because, yeah, again, Emir did not have a lot of switch-ins for that making rain. That's why I said from the beginning, and I believed in those words, and so did Mark apparently, because he's listening to me somewhere deep in his heart. Iron Hands, of course, on Mark's side, is able to threaten his Urshifu with a Drain Punch. We've seen already the previous Drain Punch do quite a bit to Iron Hands. It's still going to be able to hang on. We'll go at -1. Do you really call the Protect on the Urshifu or not? Because Ursaluna can't really be switched in. You want to keep your Fake Potential. And you certainly want to keep your options against Amoonguss as well, because you know Amoonguss is in the back, and you don't want it to just be able to annoy you. So that is exactly what Emir is going to do. Amoonguss being switched in again for Mark, making sure that any sort of Wicked Blow will get met with a Rocky Helmet as well. And Teddy being able to be switched in means that it's Ursaluna time, and Ursaluna with the Flame Orb will activate, and that means its Guts ability is back on the field. Drain Punch into the Urshifu. Well played by Emir there, just knowing that Mark wanted to capitalize onto that Urshifu, and now there's a Teddy Bear onto the field, which cannot be spored, and is quite powerful at that. So, being put in this position, we already have seen that Facade does KO the Amoonguss. Helping Hand Earthquake does KO the Iron Hands, so a single target Headlong Rush should be able to KO the Iron Hands as well. Certainly at this range. So Urshifu could potentially keep its Focus Sash for later, and could switch back into the Iron Hands for Fake Out potential in the later stages of the game. Of course, this also is a good switch, because if the Amoonguss wanted to go for a potential Spore onto the Urshifu slot. And as we see, we have the switch from the Urshifu slot to the Iron Hands, the Rank Master. Grass type, of course, meaning Rage Powder will be redirected. But will this Ursaluna go for a Headlong Rush? As the Drain Punch coming out, not KOing it just yet. Meaning this Ursaluna is going for the Earthquake, this time making sure that the Iron Hands, not KO'd just yet. Surviving on a sliver of health. As does the Amoonguss live decently comfortably. As KO, they did manage to KO their own Iron Hands, unfortunately. And now a bit more information as well. We know that the Iron Hands from the opposing side from Mark is faster than the Urshifu, meaning you can potentially just go for the Rage Powder with the Amoonguss and Drain Punch into Teddy. As Teddy is able to take a double knockout, actually. Maybe not. What do you do in this situation? Okay, Iron Hands being switched out yet again, so trying to reposition against We Bears. As the Golago is being switched in, so potentially for a Facade or maybe just the Earthquake. That's possible, I don't know. As Amogus is going to spore into the unfortunate Protect there, as the Ursaluna is actually the slowest thing onto the field. Meaning this Earthquake will absolutely decimate both of these Pokemon. We know that Iron Hands is still in the back, meaning this Protect that Urshifu just used now has less chance to get this Protect off as well. And I believe we haven't seen the last Pokemon from Mark yet. So, 2 last Pokemon, let's take a look what it is. It is the Hisuian Arcanine, being able to intimidate at least for 1 turn, and Mark being able to send out the Iron Hands. Has Mark used his Terra yet? No! Terra Blast is on to, well, potentially, you can Terra Blast, yeah. Honestly, why not? Iron Hands can just Drain Punch into the Teddy, and you can Terra Blast into Urshifu. No, because it's Sash. Ooh, so you have to Fake Out plus Terra Blast, but is Terra Blast... Oh, this is rough, this is rough. So, I think Choice Band and Terra Blast is 80 base power, Terra Fairy, into this Ursaluna, which has been absolutely decimating a lot of these teams, a lot of these Pokemon. So, Terra Fairy. Beautiful heart. It's a beautiful doggo. Let me pet it. As it is able to go for a Terra Blast as well. Let's see what the options are. It is a Fake Out into the Urshifu, just making sure that this Urshifu goes down already. Or it's going into the Ursaluna. It is the Terra Blast into the Urshifu, just making sure that that is gone. Meaning right now, this Ursaluna is the only thing standing in the way of Mark and his victory right now for this second game. That's now the Facade from Teddy going into Iron Hands, making sure that that is killed. I just recalled, yeah, you can't Headlong Rush that slot because then you'll drop your stats as well. So, if Teddy is able to survive, I think he's able to win as well. He's at -1, he's still Guts boosted. Arcanine is a defensive Pokemon. But, well, Hisui Arcanine is more offensively built these days. So, Terra Fairies tend to be a bit more bulky. But let's see if this Arcanine is able to survive a -1 Facade from this Teddy, of course. As the Terra Blast is coming out, Choice Band the Terra Blast into this Ursaluna. Not doing all that much damage at all. Facade coming out. Is it able to hang on? It is not able to hang on, and that is cute. Emir wins it and goes to the finals. Well played, well played. A quite interesting team with the Scream Tail and the Ursaluna just proving its worth time and time again. That means we will be back soon with the finals.